Thanks for joining us on Chamber Chat. Our guest today is Livonia-Westland Chamber of Commerce CEO and President Dan West. Dan, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Mayor. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you taking the time. I know our Chambers of Commerce have combined last fall, and we're excited to work together hand in hand with Livonia. It's been a great partnership so far. I know you've been at a lot of our ribbon cuttings across town. Can you tell us a little bit about why a Chamber of Commerce exists in the first place? What's the benefit of a Chamber of Commerce?
The Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit trade organization. A lot of people think it's part of the government, but it's a separate nonprofit entity that's designed to promote the business community within any city, geographic region, what have you. And in the years that I've been doing the chamber work in Livonia and now with Livonia-Westland, we've always said we're the community cheerleaders. We're here to promote the good things that are going on in town, the businesses, developments, activities, charities, anything that goes on in the community, schools. We try to bring attention to it. But we try to bring it down to three primary things that a chamber provides. At least our chamber has been referrals, advocacy, and a voice. If you're a member, you get referrals through directories, through networking, what have you. Advocacies and the voice is pretty much helping work with city, county, state, federal officials on things that support the businesses. And then it's also credibility. People that generally are a member of their chambers of commerce are viewed more credibly. People, particularly like when it comes to getting your roof done, HVAC, what have you, people will look at their Chamber of Commerce website to see if they're a member of the local chamber, to show that they're that committed and that involved in the community. That's a sense of credibility for a business to be a part of the chamber.
And since the chambers combined, I've seen more and more activity here in Westland. I've seen a lot of the businesses reach out and ask to join the chamber. Why did the chambers combine? How did that kind of all happen?
Early last year, business and political leaders in both towns, we started talking about how we could collaborate to become stronger for both towns. And out of those series of conversations, there was some momentum for collaborating. And our staff has worked together for a long time, and we thought we could bring that benefit to Westland. And then working with our two boards, the Westland Board and the Livonia Board, we came to terms with a way to have a strategic alignment of the two chambers. So we became the Livonia-Westland Chamber, and the plan was always to promote the collective business community of both cities. It's not Livonia and Westland, it's Livonia-Westland together. So events, grand openings, the discussion of things that are important to the business community and stuff like that. This is something that we've always wanted to advocate for both towns collectively. And if you look at both cities, Mayor, neither of them have a downtown, both of them have strong industrial areas. We share a school district, we share a lot of social agencies. So it made sense that our chambers would come together, and it really, I think, gives more voice to both Livonia and Westland when you consider we're the 8th and 9th largest cities in Michigan, 180,000 residents, 3 school districts, 5 state representatives, 2 state senators, just 2 county commissioners, just a lot of, I think, things that could be leveraged to the benefit of both communities.
I fully agree. Yeah, and it seems like it's off to a great start. Do you have any early takeaways? Anything you're seeing?
We actually, Westland City Hall hosted back in March, we call it the Community Leaders Forum. We got all the elected leaders from all the local government entities, plus our Chamber Board of Directors to meet. And I think right there, people saw the potential of collaboration. When you look at these two cities, again, the workforce development piece, the parks and recreation piece, really a lot of independent, small, family-run businesses, a lot of loyal, community-based thought, a lot of charitable and social and youth organizations come together right here. If we are brainstorming together and coordinating together, I think it benefits everybody in both cities. And to your question about the feedback so far, I say one interaction at a time, one conversation at a time, hopefully one event at a time, people find a benefit to this network that we're trying to build in Livonia and Westland.
Yeah, and I know the Livonia-Westland Chamber is not just a one-man show. I know you do a lot of the FaceTime on behalf of the chamber. You're at the ribbon cuttings and the different events that we're putting on around town, but you have a staff. How many people work under you, and what are some of their roles?
I'm one of 5 employees. We're about to add a 6th, and I'll get into that in a minute. But our Chief Development Officer, Dawn Smith, is actually a Westland native, went to Franklin High School, as I did. And she's been working with us for 16 years with Livonia, and now with Livonia-Westland. We got Laura Tamuch, who's our Chief Marketing Officer. She's the quarterback, really, on our events that we do. She's been with us 13 years. We have Sherry Davidak, who helps out with membership. She's been with us 6 years. And then we have Noah DeSantis, who we just recently hired, who helps out with the marketing as well. He just started earlier this year when we expanded the chamber footprint. And then when we open our new Westland office this summer, we will add another part-time employee to be a primary staffer at that location. And Mayor, as you can imagine, you got to have a team to make these efforts happen. You know, not one person can be at everything. That's why you got to have a team that you trust, but you want the organization represented as much community things as possible. And we just have a great team, great customer service. They care about the communities as much as I do and we do, and that's what really makes us work.
Yeah, I've met most of your team, and I know they're hard workers. They care a lot about the community, the business climate here, and just want to thank them right now for their work, and of course, you know, all the work that you've done as well. It's been great working with you so far. The Westland office is going to be opening next month, say June or so. Is that
we are tentatively we got a mid-June grand opening. Work is on the way right now on a storefront, which is next door to Homestead Bakery. For those people in Westland that are more familiar with it, the old Westland Chamber sold their old building. And so we took the money from that to invest into a new space. And one of the biggest benefits of this office, when it's done, hopefully by the end of May, is the fact that we're going to have free meeting space for our members. We'll have a bigger meeting space that can accommodate 20, 25 people, and a smaller one that can accommodate 4 to 6 people. We're going to have coffee hours in there. We're going to have it staffed pretty much just about most mornings. So people want to get resources, chamber referrals for, you know, I need, like I said, I need HVAC done, I need a roof done, I need landscaping done. You can come in and check with our members. We're a resource for new residents coming to town, but also we hope to be a source for scholarship and workforce training grants in the future. But the main thing is, though, we have this service available in our Livonia office. We'll have the same thing available in the Westland office. So our members will have available use to both meeting spaces.
Yeah, and I know this, as far as location, this is North Wayne Road, next to Homestead Bakery.
Yep.
That's the strip mall where Carlos Mexican Restaurant is. That's
Right
kind
by
of
Nankin Boulevard right there.
Yeah,
the intersection right
so it's
there.
easy to find and accessible for everybody.
And our logo's up on the side sign and
Okay.
the monument sign and the sign above the door already.
Well, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the grand opening.
Yes.
I think
There too.
it'll be a really nice milestone for us working together. So.
Our hope is that Westland will, you know, we're right in the middle of a core of a lot of small businesses in Westland, and we're going to be right in the middle of that and hope to be good neighbors and supporters to everybody.
Yeah. So, you know, speaking of small businesses, we've had a lot of ribbon cuttings around town. I know that's been keeping me busy,
Yes.
coming out to, and you as well. Do you want to tell our audience about some of the businesses or any of the new ribbon cuttings that have happened?
The one thing, Mayor, I've noticed since we got to town is that there is a lot of interest of not on ongoing business investment, but even future as well. And you see that momentum with the grand openings that we've been at. Probably the biggest one we've done so far together is the Southeast Michigan Construction Academy. It's an old, again, Westland does a great job repurposing buildings, an old storefront that they've turned into a construction trade school right behind Westland City Hall right here. That's been I think that's going to be a great source of workforce talent that our region needs, not just Westland and Livonia, but all of Metro Detroit. That was a huge grand opening. We did the Griffith Veterinary Clinic. They went out of an older building and redeveloped a brand new space right on Ford Road in Central City Park, or Carlson right there. That's a beautiful new building. It really beautifies what the city's been doing along Ford Road. You know, over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of medical, pediatrician, doctors' offices moving to town. They're repurposing some previously vacant spaces. But what I've seen overall, a lot of entrepreneurial spirit in Westland, a lot of families, a lot of local families from Westland, either growing or developing a new business in town and finding some success. And that energy, I think, these are the people we need to hear from, advancing opportunities for Westland in the future.
Well, I can tell you as a new mayor coming in with a pro-business agenda, to see these empty buildings and spaces get filled up, it's really fulfilling and exciting for us here at City Hall. Looking forward to more ribbon cuttings throughout the year. So we have another one later today. So.
Yeah, we got one today and one on Wednesday as well. So later this week. So, but you look at like that Ford Road Newburgh area, all the new stuff that's popped up there. There's clearly investment taking place here, new buildings, and usually new buildings lead to other new buildings or other renovations, and that's the energy that I see coming forward for Westland.
And beyond ribbon cuttings, I know the Chamber does different programming, events, seminars, kind of meet and greet type mixers and those kinds of things. Can you tell us a little bit about the other programming the Chamber puts on?
What we do, obviously, we represent businesses of all sizes. So we hope to offer something to everybody. We're not going to be everything to everybody, but we hope to offer something to everyone. We just recently had Charlie Langton from Channel 2 do an event at the beautiful new Soho banquet facility, another great new business in town. We did that recently. Over 100 people came to that. And Charlie Langton, you know, he's obviously a TV personality. He's a ball of energy. He chided you and Judge McConnell quite a bit that day, but he also talked about the legal system, the news business, the Crumley trial, stuff like that, and we got really good feedback to that. We did an event at Schoolcraft College in Livonia on AI several weeks ago. Actually, former Mayor Wild, representing his new organization, talked about AI in the retail industry. We had that event recently. We're going to do something this fall at our Western Wayne banquet about manufacturing opportunities that could be grown in the space and defense industries. A lot of it's based in Macomb County. There's a lot of interest and capacity for more that Macomb doesn't have. So we hope to maybe in Western Wayne, Livonia, and Westland, they make some gains and get our manufacturers involved in those business opportunities, which is good for our workforce, hopefully getting more residents here as well. But we always just, you know, we always have our basic networking events. We'll do a series of summer patio events where it's just a free event, you come afterwards, and then you know, your beautiful pavilion here at Central City Park, that's when we had our first joint event as a joint chamber. We're going to bring that event back again in September. Again, that'll be a free event that we are going to do where it's just patio. I mean, there are people in Westland that have not been at pavilion yet, and now Mayor Brosnan of Livonia wants to bring one of those to Livonia now too. So there's an example of collaboration at work with what's going on. So we have that event, and then we're going to do an event with you with your State of the City, hopefully this fall as well.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of new energy in the community since this merger, and you know, we're very fortunate to have you on board leading the chamber. So. How long were you with the Livonia Chamber before the merger?
I was a newspaper reporter for 12 years, and the opportunity to become the Livonia Chamber Director came in the fall of '06. So I've been in the job now. I'm in my 18th year at the job. And what makes the job interesting is that as business changes, a chamber has to change and adjust. And I think all these intellectual challenges through the year of new issues to talk about, new businesses, definitely adding Westland and learning about the community here and the potential here and promoting the business community here has been exciting for me and our staff as we learn a new town, and that keeps the job interesting, and that's why the job's been a lot of fun for us.
Yep. Well, and I appreciate all your hard work. I know you're a local guy. You went to Franklin, but anything else you want to share about yourself?
In my spare time, I'm a PA announcer for high school sporting events at Livonia-Stevenson High School, where my oldest daughter graduated and my youngest daughter is currently a student. I'm a Boy Scout leader that leads a trip every summer to Mackinac Island. The local troop that's involved, two local troops that some Westland kids are involved in, is Troop 271 at St. Mike's in Livonia, and then Troop 1539 at Canton. There's some Westland kids that are involved in both troops. This is something I've been doing since I was 11 years old as a kid. And even though I've had daughters, that camp means so much to me that I continue to do that. But outside of that, I'm a sports fan. I like riding bikes. I play pickup basketball, and you know, that's. and chasing my kids to their travel sports events. That's pretty much what takes up my time.
What sports do they play?
My oldest played softball. She played couch softball for a year at Hillsdale. And then my youngest is a volleyball player who just is finishing up her junior year at Stevenson right now. But they both played travel sports. And for all the parents that have that grind, that's a lot of weekends you're gone. And my wife and I had been running around to a lot of tournaments every weekend for several years now. So that takes up a lot of time.
Gotcha. So when you interviewed me earlier, I think, or maybe it was last year, when I became mayor, you put me on the spot and asked me a question that wasn't on the agenda, and I'm going to get you back.
Your revenge tour here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, favorite restaurant in Livonia or Westland?
In Westland, I love Famous Dave's Barbecue. Absolutely love that place. Yeah. And then in Livonia, I like Luigi's Italian Pizza Cafe on Plymouth Road. They have, that's actually a longtime Livonia family that's been there for 20 years, and they have really great Italian food. But I love the barbecue at Famous Dave's.
Well, I agree with you on both of those.
Yes.
Those are both good ones. Well,
you been to both?
Yep, been to both.
Yes.
Yeah, I like to get out and eat, so that's something I do in my spare time too.
So cool. I'm glad I was able to have a good answer for that one.
Yeah. Well, Dan, looking forward to more great ribbon cuttings and events coming up. Thanks for joining us today on Chamber Chat. And we'll have you back in the studio sometime soon to talk more.
We look forward to continue to learn more about Westland and work with you and your team. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.